Once upon a time, in a small town in Ogun State, there was a big boarding school for girls. The name of the school was Queen Esther Girls College. This school was very neat. The students wore clean uniforms, made their hair every week, and had many rules. But one rule was very, very serious: no long fingernails. Every Sunday evening, Matron Folklore, a very strict and serious woman, would go around with a small old nail cutter and check every girl's nails. If your nails was long, snip, snip, snip. If your nails was dirty, she would give you a slap on the back. The proprietress of the school, Madam Adeleke, always told them,
"We don't want dirt or sickness. Cut your nails."
The teachers also said the same thing. But the truth was, nobody knew why the rules were so serious. Nobody asked why it was the only rule they never joked with. One term, Madam Adeleke traveled for a one-week church program in Ibadan. When she left, the school felt free.
Abeg, make we grow her nails small, Jare.
Bisi, one of the big girls, said.
Nothing will happen. That matron today form soldier.
Tope replied. So little by little, some girls in dormitory 3 started keeping their nails. Some even bought small bottles of nail polish from home and painted their nails in the toilet when no one was looking. They thought it was fun, but something was watching. That night, at exactly 1:13 a.m., something strange happened. The lights in dormitory 3 started to blink, on and off, on and off. The air inside the room became very cold. The girls, half asleep, heard a strange sound. Tap, tap, tap. It was like long nails scratching the floor. Then a scary voice, like an old broken radio, whispered,
"Give them to me."
Bisi, thinking it was a joke, laughed and said,
Who is there? Show yourself, you clown.
Suddenly, from the darkest corner of the room, an old woman appeared. She was bent like a dry stick. Her face was rough and wrinkled like old clothes. Her nails were very long, yellow and sharp. Her eyes were deep and red like fire that was about to go off. The girl screamed. The old woman pointed at Bisi and said, "You disobeyed me. You will join us." Then, just like smoke, she vanished. In the morning, Bisi was found lying on her bed, weak and cold. Her beautiful nails were all gone, torn out. Her fingers were full of blood. The matron shouted,
This girl has injured herself.
But the other girls in the room knew the truth. It was only the beginning. That evening, Tope, another girl with long nails, was shaking with fear. She quickly picked up her nail cutter to cut her nails, but no matter how hard she tried, the nails would not cut. The nail cutter even broke. At exactly 1:13 a.m., the sound came again. Tap, 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 tap. Tope hid under her blanket and started praying, but something cold and sharp held her leg. When she looked from under the blanket, she saw it. Those long yellow nails. They pulled her from the bed. She screamed. The whole dormitory woke up. But when the lights came on, Tope was gone. They looked everywhere. In the morning, they found her inside an old storehouse behind the chapel. Her hair had turned white. Nobody knew how she got there. But from that day, all the girls in dormitory 3 were afraid. Nobody could sleep. Every night at 1:13 a.m., the light won't blink, the room will be cold, and the tap, tap, tap won't start. One by one, girls who refused to cut their nails would fall sick. Some fainted, some had strange dreams, some spoke strange words in their dream. The younger girls said they saw a woman with long nails outside their windows. The teacher said it was stress. The matron said it was fever, but the girls knew it was not ordinary. When Madam Adeleke came back from her trip, the hostel was in a mess. That night, it happened again. But this time, not just tapping. There were many voices, crying voices. The lights went off. The hair was cold. And from the corridor, the old woman appeared again, with other ghostly figures behind her. All of them had long, sharp nails and pale faces. They pointed at the girls. "You broke the line. You will pay." The girls screamed and ran. Madam Adeleke quickly called an old Reverend Mother, Sister Agatha. When Sister Agatha entered the hostel, she shouted,
"This ground is not ordinary."
The next morning, she declared 3 days of prayer and fasting. From morning to night, they prayed, they sang hymns, they read the Bible. After the 3rd day, the tapping stopped. The hair became normal. Peace came back to Queen Esther Girls College. After 3 days of intense prayers and fasting, when the tapping stopped and peace returned to Queen Esther Girls College, everyone thought it was over. But Sister Agatha wasn't convinced. She kept repeating,
Something was fed in this place and it's only resting, not gone.
Later that term, as the school tried to move on, a junior hostel mistress clearing out Matron Folake's old belongings stumbled upon a sealed wooden box beneath the bed. Inside were dozens of old, brittled fingernails tied in black cloths, alongside a faded yellow letter. The letter read,
For my beloved child of the night, beat abundantly with the nails of the innocent. Unknown girl in this hostel must grow long nails. Let none break this covenant.
The truth unraveled that night. Years ago, when the school was newly built, Matron Folake wasn't just a street hostel mistress. She was a barren woman desperate for a child. She sought help everywhere. Churches, mosques, herbalists, prayer mountains. Nothing worked until one night behind the old chapel, an ancient, faceless woman appeared and whispered a terrible offer.
Bring me the long fingernails of innocent girls every month, and I shall give you a child from the spirit's world.
Desperate and broken, Matron Folake agreed. 9 months later, a strange child was born in the dead of night. A baby with unnaturally long, razor-sharp nails and pitch-black eyes. A spirit child. From then on, every month, Matron Folake would secretly collect the girls' long nails, offering them as a sacrifice to the child's resting place behind the chapel. The strict no nails rules wasn't about hygiene, it was about survival. No girl was allowed to keep long nails because it made the child restless. If even one girl disobeyed and kept long nails, the child must smell it, grow hungry, and start tapping at the walls at exactly 1:13 a.m. That time, when some girls stubbornly refused to cut their nails, the child awoke after years of silent sleep. The tapping, the cold hair, the nightmares, it was the child's hunger rising. Since that time, Queen Esther Girls' College became a place of peace again. The girls could sleep without fear, the lights stopped blinking at night, the cold air never came again, and no one ever heard tap, tap, tap anymore. Even when some girls by mistake forgot to cut their nails, nothing happened. The whole school knew that the long prayers, fasting and songs had chased the darkness away for good. The school became stronger in prayers. Every time they held a special night vigil to thank God for keeping them safe. And though the rule about cutting nails remained, it was no longer out of fear, but as a reminder of the battle they had won. After a few days, the proprietress, Madam Adeleke, called a secret meeting with the school board and teachers in the chapel. No students were allowed near. It was agreed that for the safety of the school's name and reputation, Madam Folake must be chased out quietly. No police, no public announcement, no press. That same night, 2 of the older male security guys were sent to our quarters at the back of the school. They knocked on our door, and when she opened it, her eyes were swollen and her face pale. They told her, "Pack your things and leave this place before sunrise. You are no longer welcome here." Without argument, Madam Folake packed her few belongings into a faded black bag. She didn't ask questions. She didn't plead. From that day, no one saw or heard from Madam Folake again. Some claim she went mad in a remote village. Others believe she returned to the faceless woman who gave her the spirit child. But Queen Esther Girls' College kept it silent. They simply told the parents at the PTA meeting that Madam Folake had retired due to personal issues. Her old quarters were burnt, and her name was quietly removed from the school records. But the story lived on. A warning to every hostel mistress that followed after her. Till this day, no one is allowed to stay alone in those quarters. The girls learned an important lesson. Some things we don't understand are better left alone, and every place has its secret story. And from then on, Queen Esther Girls' College was known not just for discipline, but for its faith and unity. Thank you.